Well, as usual, you have to say that you are very happy to be here, but in fact I am. My experience of Slovenia is not more than 5-6 years old, but I've been a visiting professor at the Faculty of Architecture in Ljubljana, and that was very, very nice, I must say. I'm also a professor in the Cherries Holistic Building in the Architecture School in Berlin. But I'm not intending to talk a lot about green architecture. I intend to start with a question. How could Slovenia and Norway save the world? Would it be possible? I hope it will be. Global warming, that is mainly caused by fossil fuels, and that is what the pension funds is based upon. But we shouldn't believe that we are in Norway very, we are very keen to solve the situation of the world, and we put a lot of efforts into developing new methods to be able to use less fossil fuels. And I think we'll be in the same situation in Slovenia, mainly because we don't have the same resources as Norway have. Now, you know why we have the global warming, I suppose. You can look at this picture and you will understand. The main reason is that we don't get rid of all the energy which we are using on the globe. We're receiving more than we are giving away. That's the main factor. And of course it is solar energy, which is, today we are using only about 1,000th of a promille of the solar energy. I mean, when we are using fossil fuels and all that. So it's an enormous amount of energy we get in that program. Also, it's a lot of discussions. What is the reason for global warming? And we have in Norway the Bjerknes Institute, which is a leading institution in the world for tertiary research and how to handle the greenhouse effects. The key issue, that is the energy used in buildings. And in that area, there are some similarities between Slovenia and Norway. We are using too much energy in buildings, and that is again the reason why we have this situation on the globe. That has been regarded by the EU. There is a lot of new proposals from the EU how to avoid this global warming effect and how to reduce the use of energy in buildings. I know that there are some programs in Slovenia about this. At the same time, it will take a long time to implement. Some other countries have also very, very high-reaching goals. After 10 years, all the buildings, new buildings should be energy positive. That means they should produce energy and they should not consume or use energy from not renewable energy sources. There's a similar program in Norway, and the idea is that we should have this kind of buildings after 9 years. The Norwegian government has put about 50 million, very close to 50 million euro in developing new materials for building. And you can see here how it looks, the goals. Today, this is a picture which shows the white area is if we are going on as before, we will reach after, I can't see, about couple of decenniums we reach much more use of energy than today. That means we have to slow down that. The challenge, the plus energy houses, that means those houses which are producing energy after 9 years. You can see that we have achieved quite a lot. And one of the reasons why we have been very slow in Norway is because that we have an abundance of energy, not only hydroelectric energy, but also from the fossil fuels. But we see the passive house standard, that is short term, and we will come very soon to the net zero energy house. And this is something which is very good because you don't have to restrict your kind of living. You will be able to use energy as before because, as I said, the solar and the geothermic and all the renewable energy sources are quite enough for living the same place per way as we do today. But, of course, there is a matter of money as well. To save the planet, it's what people say is costly. I do not agree, but that is the normal answer when you start talking about saving the world. It costs money, but it will cost much more if people are living in miserable environments. And there is definitely possibilities to have profitable change. The green architecture will be very profitable for those who enter. This is something we made in Norway. You can see what are the effects. What will every, how to say, I can't get rid of the Norwegian word TikTok, but the activity, what will the activity cost? You can see, for instance, to save the forests in Asia, that would be quite costly. To build the wind power, it's average, it's not that costly. Or to do all those things to capture the carbon dioxide and so on. It is a scale more and more expensive. But the most simple and cheapest way is to increase the insulation of the buildings, that they use less energy. And remember, it was shown before that the buildings are using about 40% of the energy in the world. Lighting, for instance, you use daylighting instead of electrical lighting. And then you have bio. It is not that efficient. It is not saving that much. So again, back to the buildings. And the envelope of the building is the most important thing to solve. Because if you can solve the envelope to be energy efficient, you have reduced the use of energy very, very much. So, in this program, where we are using close to 50 million euros, as I said, it is a concentration about new insulation materials. I will make a remark because today people think that we should use mineral wool, glass wool and so on, and that is very, I must say, very stupid, because producing mineral wool is very much destroying the environment. It has a very big ecological footprint, while the nanomaterials are much easier and they are much easier to produce, not dangerous in any way. So you can see this is one of the parts which we're concentrating on. Mainly this is done in Trondheim, but also in my school we are now starting some nano material research. And the next thing is how to implement. You can use it on windows, you can use it in very thin elongated materials. I don't go into details, but discussion. Why I'm putting this on the table is that you have in Slovenia some research, some grants last year about research and companies who should develop new materials, new technologies, and so on. And I think it would be very good to join forces with Norway in this case. As I said, non-insulation materials, they are very efficient. Another sector is energy storage materials, which means that since we have very high, very great changes in temperature in Norway, it could be plus 20 degrees one day and minus the other day. It's very good also over the season to store the energy. The energy production in photovoltaics, the Norwegian industry is leading the world, and unfortunately solar thermal collectors is not the same, but we can use a lot of possibilities for that as well. How to install it. Wind is another method. We have a lot of wind on the west coast, and that will generate a lot of energy as well in the future. But there is, as usual, a lot of people who think that it will destroy the use. Well, aquifers, thermal technologies. I think you have a possibility to develop this as well in Slovenia because you have a lot of spas where you have hot water, and hot water could be used for heating the buildings, but also cooling the buildings. Like here, this is not hot water, it is solar energy, and we are using solar energy for cooling the buildings. New programs, and this is intended to be a hospital where you are using the solar energy for absorption shielding of the whole building. That means the more sun, the more hot air outside, the better cooling of the building. This is a very simple way of generating hot water. It has disappeared. You don't know where the electrons go. You know the double twin pair of electrons. So it is glass blocks, transparent on the roof, not the brick, red brick, which means that you will capture the heat, the radiation, and then you will heat the water. So, also, to have buildings which are collecting the energy directly, not from hydropower, coal power plants and so on, because then you only get 33% of the building. It's not very good. This is a scheme of a building, how the energy goes, and so on, heat generate, solar radiation, we leak energy outside and so on. We have to control this. It could be through glass, it's only glass, but also we can have different types of shading, new technologies to capture the solar. And something you probably don't know is that it's a Norwegian company which is one of the definitely leading companies to make new kinds of building. Transparent buildings. This is from Fiat in Italy. And by using transparency, we can have natural ventilation. We don't need mechanical ventilation. And this is this is transparent building, so-called zero energy, but that is not quite true because we are using a lot of energy within, but only renewable energy. It is designed by the Norwegian Swedish architecture firm using this Icona, which is the name of the company who is doing transparent building or transparent envelopes, and it was proposed to be built just outside this building, a couple of 100 meters away. We will see what happens in a couple of years. So, what is the answer? Could Slovenia and Norway do this